Hello, welcome to this video called Ideas for the Binding of Isaac Repentance. Sorry for my bad English, it is cause I'm native Spanish speaker. I was planning this video long ago and it is probably late, but I wish to show you some ideas different between objects from the versions of After Plus and Antivirus and some curiosities. So let's go. Based in this post, there is going to be some changes in the new use of these items, but before that happen, I want to show you some changes and difference between Afterbirth Plus and Antibirth. Change and difference. Mutomycosis and contagion. It is so probable that the object mutomycosis presented in Antibirth could be deleted because this doesn't only generate the contagion in the first enemy, but in every mob that die. The better this object has is that it is risky, because the knockback generated, and for that the object wasn't OP, overpowered. An idea for make contagion better is if you make contagion in a spawner mob, this make all his invocations contagious. I think Antivirus has more overpowered items just because all the enemies that introduce are so difficult. 120 volt is different of Jacob ladders of Afterbirth Plus because Jacob ladder is an object that every time a tier touch an object is thrown to raise apparently random. Which is approximately one of every 5 rise knock an enemy. These rays are spectral and stay approximately a half of a second in a screen and clump with the damage. As well, 120 volt has a similar effect to Lightning Raid from Plants vs Zombies. This is when a tier touch a mob, this throw little rays to near enemies of short range, and these ones also clean with the damage, but I don't consider them spectral. D12 Antibirth and D12 Afterbirth Plus are also different. I would say Antibirth item is better because the item of Afterbirth Plus has less environment elements to change, and environment elements has a rank level, and always if you downgrade the element, never upgrade. That means if you change a special rock for a poop, never came back to a special rock. In Antibirth, this item rerolls everything, including spikes, spider web on the floor, like of flames, and a lot of things more, and has a lot of more environment elements to change. It hurts with Varicose Vein. Probably they stay with Varicose Vein and delete the other one, but it hurts has a tears up for the current run every time you get hit, and Varicose Vein has a little change of leave a trail of creep. Alabaster box with Ethan Soul are pretty different, with Alabaster box needing Soul House and Spider Angel items. or items of Angel Room and Soul Hearts, while 18 Blessing spawn items of the current room. Jacob's Ladder Antivirus with Eucharist. The great difference are the moment you can take the items in Jacob's Ladder is at the beginning of the floor, and Eucharist is after beating a boss, and that you can assegurated get items in shell, dark room, cathedral, and chest with Jacob's Ladder. There's also, if you have a Joker card, you could take also a Devil Deal with Jacob's Ladder and steal the ladder in the beginning of the floor. As well, if you use Joker card with Eucharist, always take you to an angel room. For other part, if you go to a devil room and then take Eucharist in the same floor, that floor is not going to send you to an angel room. Here there's a lot of footage. Terra and Sulfuric Acid are so similar, but has different stats. That is all I can say. Bird's Eye and Gospel. In this time, I prefer the Afterbirth Plus item because in Antibird with an oak lock, it replaces all pierce with flames, and in Afterbirth Plus you shoot the flame randomly, and it doesn't interference with your actual tears effect, and also because bad thing is you can like out the flames. Voodoo Pin and Dual Razor. Antivirus item is just better because it makes the game think you only have a half or red health, and active items like Polaroid, War of Babylon, or trinkets like cordon, umbilical cordon if you only if you have not soul hearts. All randomizers items are different, like in Revert, $3 bill change every room and afterbirth in a few seconds. The rainbow, the rainbow, bo- the rainbow worm gives to the tier a different worm tier effect every few seconds. Fear cake is a different tier effect every tier. Every tier. Almond milk is almost soy milk with a different worm tier effect every tier, and Play-Doh cookie is similar to Rainbow Baby that, that some tiers cause altered effect in the mouse. I recognize Mom's perfume, Spawn Benders, Mom's contact, so please add some more effects like bleeding, rotten tomato, greedy eye, lodestone, sulfuric acid, or terra to the possible effects of Play-Doh cookie. Ideas and thinkings. I hate nerfing, but the synergy between Ludovico Technique and Brimstone should be like the Brimstone with the Forgotten, and like it is now when the person takes X. Should exist a trinket that makes all the creep of the floor affect to flying enemies. Since multi-haste is going to be inserted to the game, they should replace the synergy of brainstorms with monsters long to something like some brains going to the front and some many huge beams that orphan socks let make sacrifice. Okay, I think that that is a book of Antibird. But another book I think there are is Eye of Occult doesn't synergize with the mouse ones. The people who plays with mouse. Please let the research machine and the battery burger ask for energy. I mean that absorbs one of your charge. That could make items like telekinesis, butterbean, breath of life less worthless and don't work with items like Pandora box or items without charge. Please, Moon needs a buff, at least that has the matchstick effect. And why not? Holy water or we have board. It's because that names are so great that Moon synergize with Fragment card, making 3 secret rooms in a floor and 2 super secret. And if you have an item that lets you carry 2 trinkets and and you take another one, this lets you carry 3 trinkets. I wonder how could be the Holy Deep or the Black Deep, and maybe the variants of the Deep Fast, like an alley, and maybe little the little Rolling Stone Deeps. hurling the tip of Dross. I think Arky is going to be unlockable after a lot of reruns. Please don't eliminate Oculus Rift just because makes Black Hole weaker. If that don't happen, to unlock they are going to make to unlock it do things like kill Delirium with Black Hole, maybe. In the PAX video, apparently Brimstone with $3 bill doesn't seem to be an awesome synergy. There, I could think, but I want to play the demo, maybe like a seed with 10 minutes. The seed could be like Repe Demo or Demo. Use of the Giant makes a fusion of rooms in a new big room. The like dilating walls. I think it won't happen. Would be curious if in Void the fusion were of different floors. Mercurius make me think about doorstop and maybe some items should make past the limit of 2 of speed. The image doesn't fit, sorry. For every stellar item, you could change the possibility of an constellation room appear. I want to use Mega Blast at the same time with Mega Mush or Urn of Souls. And why not? If the schoolback stack the three at the same time. Please add an item similar to Pilgrim Ward of Revelation. The angels need it. The next thing would be something that use a score. Something like the last two numbers of the score are 20. So give you a speed up or something like that. Birthright makes me think about the characters are the same, just with a specific starting item. Would be awesome if there was a real birthright. I mean something like if if activates everything with one heart, like Polaroid negative. If you start with Lazarus, all the resurrection will be in the same room. Apollyon could fly if has a lot of stats. Champion that reflects tears could reflect other tear effects like Brimstone or Month Knife. Another idea would be Trinity should stop Brimstone.
An item that let the damage if you left the room. I mean, if I attack an enemy and I left the room, when I go back, the life of that enemy is not full. An item that be like the Shuri of Mario, maybe unlockable when you defeat all bosses with Jacob. An awesome synergy with Forgotten and Sword of Spirit.
I have to recognize that some footage is from the YouTuber Sainzer. Now let's do it the curiosities. Some curiosities. Giant Claw was announced to Antivirus Part 2 before Nicalis announced Repentance. Also was announced an item called Bill Crusher, and it a trinket that makes all familiar storm in orbitals. It synergizes with tiny planet and anti-gravity. In Antibird, Arm of Souls was unlocked by killing the witness with Bethany. But it doesn't seem to be in the game. PSI Fly doesn't unlock because there's no trophy in the challenge Isaac Awakening. Nothing appears to unlock an item called Revelation, but if you know how to use Cheating Giant, you can play with this item. This item causes the tears has an effect like brainworm, and you can fly and have two white hearts. The new items for Repentance known at this moment are Battle Retro, an activable that makes every killed enemy spawn a ghost, and using the activable, this ghost explode damaging their enemies. Bad PhD turns all your pills of their own in bad version of them, and using them you gain a black heart. Dreamcatcher makes the interpolation of flowers show an Isaac dream showing the boss and item from the shown room. I wonder how it's going to work in Excel floors or with their options. Vasculitis will confirm likely cause a random number of loot shots come from enemies in random directions when killed. Bloom fruit. It is spawned when you don't attack Baby Bloom. It is an activatable that calls Baby Bloom like Monstro Tooth. Spin to Will. An orbital that is an activatable. It makes the orbital move faster and some steps like speed when you hold down. There is an activatable item with a rune, an angel item called Genesis is a single use and his effect is unknown. Tropicamide is a tourist size up and range, and there will be change of an old items like matchbook that now expand matchstick or booster pack that expands 5 cards, and there's a lot more, but this is my first formal video and this is too long, so I prefer to cut now. Thanks for thanks and see you later.